Welcome to the doctor's office. I'm the American Scotch Doctor, Dr. Dave. Are you not sure which bottle of Scotch whiskey you should buy? Let's review this bottle of 12-year-old Balvenie. Balvenie is a very notorious and famous distillery for the procedures that they have put in place as far as the wood finishing. This is actually a mix. They've done 12 years in ex-bourbon casks, and then they've done another 9 months in sherry casks. And it wasn't actually just mixing them together. They actually took the alcohol out of the bourbon casks and then finished them for 9 months in the sherry cask. Now this actually, if you look at other reviews or you look up other bottles of this, I've seen people talk about that it used to be only a 2-year process or a 2-month process of finishing them in the sherry cask. So to me, this is actually kind of a big deal that they stepped it up and they're doing it for a little bit longer. A sherry cask is going to give you sweeter notes. Generally, a sherry cask, oftentimes you're going to find European oak used, so it's going to be a little bit spicier notes. You got to be real careful. The reason they didn't do it for very long is because sherry can be one punch of one punch of a cask as far as to use. Usually, people won't use only sherry. And if they do, they're generally not using first fill casks, or at least not all first fill casks, because first fill means that it's the first time that that cask has been used to mature Scotch whiskey. So this bottle's actually been sitting here, this glass has been sitting here for about, give or take, 15 minutes or so. So it's ready to drink right now. This bottle has actually been open for 2.5 months now going on, actually a little more than 2.5 months. So to me, it really doesn't need to sit in the glass for as long as I've had it in here. I usually say a minute in the glass for every year in the cask, but when it's sitting open like that, you don't necessarily need to. So I want to get into this guy neat, meaning no water added. On the nose, it's definitely got a toffee note to it. I like that mixture of bourbon and sherry. You can obviously notice some vanilla and honey notes. Some sweet bread, like fresh bread. I want to taste this neat. Being that it's only 43% alcohol by volume, it's not a super pungent kick in the face when you take a sip without any water added. To me, it takes water for this to really open up. The casks used for this, the bourbon cask, must have been a little bit mellower. So they're actually not just saying bourbon, but reused whiskey oak cask. So that can actually mean a lot of different things. That can be, so it doesn't just have to be bourbon. It could be, any kind of whiskey. And it's actually not even saying, it's saying whiskey, K-Y. So this doesn't look to be bourbon whiskey cask. This is previously used casks, probably, that was used to mature other stuff. It's not very straightforward. That's the thing, is when you say whiskey, oak whiskey casks, leaving a lot to interpretation. Their second cask, the one that they used for 9 months, was a European oak sherry cask. Increases complexity, bringing fruity honey depths to the resulting single malt. This is a Speyside single malt. Again, single malt meaning from one distillery only. Unfortunately, there has been color added to this. They don't say that there isn't, and I don't know how much. Probably not a lot, especially since how there has been a bit of a sherry maturation with this, because sherry can add some color and depth to this, but for only 9 months, it's not going to be a heck of a lot. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. Ooh. A little floral. A little floral. I like that. Talking roses. Just light rose. Now you really don't need much with this. You do not need much water for this little 43% alcohol by volume. As soon as the water's been added, it mellows out the toffee, but it makes the toffee stand out more. So much more enjoyable right off the bat. I haven't even taken a drink. You can notice the woody notes to it more. Before, I couldn't have told you much about the wood. Some reason adding this brings out the oak. And to me, it's American oak. All right. The Arrival. Quite mellow. Oaky. A little bit sweet. Like a little bit of jam, maybe a mix, like a mixed berry jam. I don't want to say one over the other because it keeps changing on me. Again, almost tastes a little bit florally. The finish, it's a longer finish. It's where this whiskey gets complex. A little bit of ginger. Almost a sweet, a cola drink. I do love to nose whiskey.
It's one of my favorite parts about whiskey.
Half the time you'll find me, if you were spying on me, you'd find my nose in a glass. After this glass is gone, everything's gone out of this later, you'll find me going back to it, finding complexities that are hiding in the glass that have stuck in here. A lot of times you'll find a little puddle down in there of wood content. It's a little less likely, being that this is chill filtered. This bottle was actually a gift given to me. And once I opened this up and spent a little bit more time with it and took it a little more serious, I realized how much I actually do like it. It is a very good drink. I know it could go a little bit further if they had done those three things, at least 46%. Heck, give me this at 57%. Non-chill filtered, natural color. I want you guys to take care of yourself. Don't be just drinking this stuff, just knocking it back. Enjoy it. Think about why you're drinking it. What was I doing? What were you doing 12 years ago? Next time you have a bottle, think about it. 15 years? It's real fun when you have an 18-year-old bottle and you're going,
I was a kid.
Or if you weren't a kid, you're going, what was I doing 18 years ago? And you have a little piece of Scotland here. You have Scotland in a glass. Their water, their barley, their yeast, and their people. The people are in this glass. It's pretty gross sounding. But I'm okay with it. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'm not going to forget to give you the script score. This is an 87 out of 100. It would be more. Honestly, this could be an 89 out of 100 if they would not have chill filtered this, if they wouldn't have added that color to it, and if it was a higher percentage. This could be a bottle that I'd be hoarding in my cupboard. I'm going to finish this glass all by myself. Subscribe, thumbs up, share it with your friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sure I left a lot out. The American Scotch Doctor says, Slàinte. Thank you. I got to work on that.
I'm going to finish this glass all by myself.
Don't forget to subscribe. You have Scotland in a glass. Their water.
I do love those.